Every year, thousands of people disappear across the world. Most cases are resolved within days or weeks. But what happens when there are no clues? No witnesses? No logical explanation? In some cases, people simply vanish. No trace, no sign. It's as if the world opened a crack and swallowed them whole. In today's video, you're going to learn about 10 of the most mysterious and disturbing disappearances ever recorded. Some of these cases are decades old, others happened recently. What they all have in common is that they've never been explained. Not by police, private investigators, or conspiracy theorists. No one knows what happened. These stories defy logic. They've fueled urban legends, inspired horror films, and caused genuine fear. The more you look into them, the more chilling the absence of answers becomes. Disappearances in broad daylight, in front of witnesses. People who acted like they knew something was about to happen. Clues that lead nowhere. Stick around until the end for a case that even left the CIA completely baffled. And ask yourself, if it were you, what would you do? Let's begin now. Mora Murray, USA, 2004. Mora Murray was a promising young college student. In February 2004, she emailed her professors saying she needed to leave due to a family emergency and drove to New Hampshire. Her car was later found crashed on a snowy road. Neighbors called the police, but when they arrived, Mora had vanished. There were no footprints around the car, no signs of a struggle, and all her belongings were inside. Police initially believed she ran away, but as time passed, no new evidence appeared. No witnesses, no digital activity, no financial transactions. It was as if she'd vanished into thin air. Over the years, theories have included abduction, suicide, drug involvement, and even government conspiracies. None have been proven. The case became an obsession on the internet, with forums dedicated to analyzing every detail. To this day, Mora Murray's disappearance remains one of the most enigmatic in the United States. The lack of plausible explanations continues to baffle investigators and haunt her family. Lars Mittank, Germany, 2014. Lars Mittank, a 28-year-old German tourist, was vacationing with friends in Bulgaria. After a fight in a bar, he injured his ear and was advised not to fly. He decided to stay behind alone. During that time, he began acting paranoid, claiming he was being followed. On the day of his flight, he went to the airport but suddenly panicked, ran out of the terminal, jumped over a fence, and vanished into the nearby forest. Surveillance footage captured the incident. He was never seen again. Despite extensive searches, Lars left no trace. His family believes he may have had a psychotic episode, while others think he was genuinely in danger. Police found no concrete leads. Lars's case is one of the most chilling digital age disappearances, his final moments recorded, but his fate unknown. Brandon Swanson, USA, 2008. Brandon Swanson vanished one May night after his car veered into a ditch in rural Minnesota. He called his parents, saying he was walking to a nearby town. They stayed on the phone with him for nearly 45 minutes until Brandon suddenly cried out, and the line went dead. Police searched the area he described, but found nothing. His car was located, but no signs of Brandon were ever discovered, no clothes, no tracks, nothing. It was as if the night swallowed him. Despite search dogs, helicopters, and exhaustive efforts, there were no results. His family still searches for closure. The final phone call, filled with fear and uncertainty, remains one of the most haunting clues in the case. Elisa Lam, Canada, USA, 2013. Elisa Lam, a 21-year-old Canadian student, was staying at the infamous Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles. After exhibiting strange behavior for days, she disappeared. Surveillance footage showed Elisa acting bizarrely in an elevator, pressing random buttons, peeking out, making unusual gestures. Weeks later, her body was discovered in the hotel's rooftop water tank. The hatch was closed, access was difficult, and there were no signs of trauma. Her death was ruled accidental, due to mental health issues. But many aren't convinced. The elevator video went viral, sparking theories from possession to murder. No theory has ever fully explained what happened. The case of Elisa Lam is one of the most puzzling and unsettling disappearances of the 21st century. Amy Lynn Bradley, cruise ship, 1998. Amy Lynn Bradley vanished while on a Caribbean cruise with her family. Last seen on the balcony of their cabin, she was gone by morning. Despite exhaustive searches aboard and at sea, no trace of her was ever found. Witnesses later claimed to have seen Amy in brothels and bars, suggesting she may have been kidnapped and sold into human trafficking. The FBI investigated, but nothing was confirmed. Conflicting testimonies and poor handling by the cruise company deepened the mystery. Her family never gave up hope. Amy's case remains one of the most frightening cruise ship disappearances ever recorded. Emanuela Orlandi, Vatican, 1983. 15-year-old Emanuela Orlandi vanished in Rome after leaving a music lesson. As the daughter of a Vatican employee, her case drew global attention. Rumors tied her disappearance to the Mafia, the Vatican Bank, and even the CIA. No solid evidence ever emerged. Over the decades, tombs were opened, witnesses came forward, and countless theories were investigated, all to no avail. The Vatican has been criticized for lack of transparency. Public pressure has led to several reopenings of the case. Emanuela became a symbol of the unsolved mysteries hidden within the church's walls. Sneha Ann Phillip, USA, 2001. Sneha, a doctor in New York City, was last seen a day before the 9/11 attacks. Some believe she died in the Twin Towers while helping victims. But her disappearance began before the attacks, and she's not on any official casualty lists. Security footage showed her shopping for clothes the day before. Then, she vanished. Theories range from voluntary disappearance to murder. Her family believes she died heroically. They fought for years to have her listed as a 9/11 victim, a status finally granted. But the truth of what happened remains unknown. In her case, a national tragedy overshadowed a deeply personal and unexplained loss. Chris Kremers and Lisanne Froon, Panama, 2014. These two young Dutch tourists vanished while hiking in Panama. Days later, their belongings were found, a backpack, phones, and a camera. Photos showed them smiling in the jungle, then, later, confused and scared at night. Months later, fragments of bone and clothing were discovered. Cause of death was never confirmed. Their phones showed attempts to call emergency services for days. Experts remain divided, accident or foul play. The girl's final diary entries and photo timeline raise chilling questions. This case is a grim reminder of how quickly paradise can turn into a nightmare. Madeleine McCann, Portugal, 2007. 3-year-old Madeleine disappeared from her family's resort apartment while her parents dined nearby. When they returned, she was gone. The world watched as theories exploded: abduction, accident, cover-up. Despite international investigations, including from British and Portuguese authorities, no solid evidence ever emerged. Years later, a new suspect reignited the case. But to this day, no body, no confession, no definitive answer. Madeleine's case remains the most famous child disappearance in modern history. Louis Le Prince, France, 1890. Known as the true inventor of motion pictures, Louis Le Prince vanished after boarding a train in France. He was about to present his groundbreaking invention to the world, ahead of the Lumiere brothers. He never arrived. No trace of him or his luggage was ever found. His invention, too, was lost. Some believe he was killed by rivals. Others think he disappeared by choice. Nothing has been proven. Louis's mysterious end is one of the oldest unsolved disappearances tied to modern technology. These disappearances all share one haunting feature: the complete lack of answers. No matter how much time passes, how many searches are conducted, or how many theories arise, the truth remains elusive. For many families, the uncertainty is worse than grief. Not knowing if their loved one is alive or dead, near or far, is a pain that never fades. The stories we explored today show that reality can be more terrifying than fiction. Ordinary people, living normal lives, then, suddenly, gone. These cases fuel debates on safety, investigative limits, and the unknown. They force us to confront how little we truly understand about the world around us. If you found this video fascinating, like, share, and subscribe. And tell us in the comments, which disappearance shook you the most?